Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a special bonus episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. Now, we've already gone through the whole game, we've beaten it. I showed off as much as I could think of during the course of the game, although there were some things that I was only able to show off due to the awesome power of cheating. That was either too difficult for me to do when I was originally playing it on the Super Nintendo, or that I had never seen before whatsoever. Well, going through all that, I thought of something else that I've never seen before that I thought might be fun to take a quick look at. And well, I've never seen the characters at level 99. So we're going to take a look at what they look like. Now, once again, I'm using the awesome power of cheating to max out our character's stats. So we have Cecil, who is still a Dark Knight at level 99, and Kain as well. Now, Cecil here, as we know from playing the main game, eventually becomes a Paladin. So he was never really meant to get up to level 99. So you can see his hit points are actually kind of low for level 99, especially in comparison to Kain's. And look at Kain's stats. Like strength and vitality are 90 and 80 respectively, while Cecil's strength is still pretty high at 85, but his vitality is low at 47. Even his agility, wisdom, and will seem really low for a level 99 character. But what kind of damage are they doing at level 99 with base equipment? Well, even without jumping, he's hitting for over 1,000 points of damage. And these are on imps. Let's see what jumping looks like. Almost double, about 80% more. Now those are just normal enemies. A real test, a real challenge, be seeing what they do to a boss. So we're going to fight our way through the Cave of Mist and take on the Mist Dragon. Wish me luck. I'm not going to stop to grab treasure or anything. I want to get through this quickly. Let's see what Dark looks like. And remember, I thought Dark was doing something about 1/8 of damage to Cecil. So yeah, he takes about 600 damage there. And yeah, we still have pink tails. I didn't turn that off yet. Oh, here is something I did not play around with in the main game. If I hit select, we get a percentage bar that shows when the character is ready to act. Go back. No, we gotta go forward. Try to make this quick. Another thing I'm interested in checking out is what kind of stats the characters have when they come back. Like, for example, we know Kain is about to leave. Well, Kain is going to leave after the events that happened in Mist Village. But we're going to see what happens if we take on the Mist Dragon. Okay, you go ahead and jump. What kind of damage are you hitting for? Oh, enough to kill it in one hit. Well, so much for the Mist Dragon. Well, I will come back in a little bit once we've gotten Rydia. So now we're just outside the town of Kaipo, right after Kid Rydia would wake up. Now I know during the course of the game I called her Rydia most of the time, and I was corrected at one point that Rydia is probably closer to the actual pronunciation, but I'm used to calling her Rydia, so we're probably going to say that more often than not. But let's take a look at her stats. See, Rydia, even as a kid, was not meant to get to level 99, not really. And her hit points are, I would say, about what you would expect from a level 99 caller, but her magic is almost maxed out at 955. So her stats are fairly averaged out, with very high wisdom and will. But what really got me was her magic. Now, of course, she only learns these 3 bits of white magic, but take a look. She's learned almost every black magic spell. For whatever reason, she has skipped Fire, Ice, and Lit 2, and we know that she'll eventually learn Fire as part of the story. But look at this, she's learned Nuke, and Gale, and Doom, and Virus, but even Meteo. So even at level 99 as a kid, Rydia is a powerhouse. But Rydia is the first mage we're going to meet. We're about to meet our second one. Welcome back, everybody. We're now at the underwater passageway, and we've picked up Sage Tella. And even at level 99, Sage Tella is not a impressive specimen. Now, we know from playing the game he doesn't learn any extra magic until later in the game for story reasons, and of course his MP has not gone up. Even his HP is pretty low for level 99, but Tella, especially at this point in the game, is not supposed to get to level 99. Take a look at his stats. His strength and vitality are very low. Even his agility, wisdom, and will are pretty low. In fact, take a look at his XP. Everyone else has, this absurdly long number for experience. What is that, 9 million? But Tella only has 3,431. I think that's because the programmers did not expect you to get this high of a level with him at this point. But I'm interested to see what his stats are going to look like when we get him again later on the top of Mount Ordeals. Now, since we saw what Kane and Cecil were able to do to the Mist Dragon, let's see what our new party can do to this boss. It comes! The Octomam. Octomam? Alrighty. Now, we know Cecil's probably going to hit it very hard. Rydia? Who knows? But Tella. Tella was probably our go-to guy to keep hitting this thing with Lit. So 161. Not really impressive, but what happens if you hit it with Lit? 375. More impressive. Now Cecil, what happens if you just attack him? Over 1,600 points of damage. But we've only gone through one set of his tentacles. Let's try Lit 3. Well, that's the end of Octomam. So here's another thing I thought might be fun. What happens when a level 99 Tella takes on Edward the Bard? You swindler! You spoony bard! Silence! So he's actually not really hitting him all that hard. Shut your mouth. I was actually wondering if maybe he might one-hit him or kill him or something. So speaking about Edward the Bard, here he is in all his level 99 Bardy goodness. Bardy glory? Now he is a character that we're only going to get now, and he's not going to come back into our party later. He also doesn't have like a different, let's say, form. Like he doesn't become a paladin or he doesn't grow up. And even at level 99, Edward's not all that impressive looking. He does have pretty good hit points, all things considered. Puts him about on par with Rydia, and his HP is a bit better than Cecil's. But his stats are really unimpressive. There's still one question, though. That question is, how does he handle the antlion? I did fight several enemies on my way to get here, and Edward was hitting for just slightly more than Rydia was. So he hit for about 520. She'll probably hit for around 480 or so? No, 336. So at least as far as the antlion is going, he's doing much better damage. And Cecil... well, Cecil put it down pretty quick. But now that we have the Sand Ruby, let's go see what Rosa looks like when she's level 99. You know what? Before we take a look at level 99 Rosa, let's see how Edward handles his solo fight with the Sand Hag. Alright, it's a water hag, but all in all, he should be strong enough to one-hit this monster. But he doesn't. Probably because this is a story event. No matter what we do, we have to go through all of this before we defeat the monster. So, what does a level 99 Rosa look like? Well, a level 99 White Wizard doesn't look too bad. 7,000 HP, 800 MP. How about her stats, though? So, actually pretty good strength, all things considered. And a good will as well, like a really good will. Like, that's probably the best we're going to see. Her vitality and agility averages out, but I'm surprised her wisdom is so low. Now, Rosa is going to leave the party at one point, and we're going to get her back. But I really don't think her stats are going to change at all, because Rosa is a character that doesn't change at any point as a result of getting removed and brought back to the party, like say the way Rydia does. But, you know, let's look ahead and see what happens. Now we're outside of Fabul, and we have Yang. Now what does a level 99 monk look like? Well, he already looks like he has 9,999 HP. And his strength and vitality are huge. Though his agility is, you know, not too bad. His wisdom and will are very low. But his attack is, wow, look at that. What a huge hit percentage. Defense is pretty good too. Now, I do have one other thing I'm curious about. I'm kind of curious how level 99 Cecil handles Kain. Now, normally we're supposed to lose this fight. Well, Kain's up in the air, so we're not going to hit him. Try hitting him with Dark. Now at this point we've done well over 2,000 points of damage. Now I'm using Dark just in case. Well, just in case we have to lose all our HP. I don't know what the upper limits of enemy HP is. So we may have to hit him like 99 times or something before we knock him out. Well, you still missed. So we had to Dark ourselves into submission. Well, at least we got to see what happened. Outside of Mysidia, and we now have the twins. These are another pair of characters that were probably never really expected to get to level 99, especially since we know in the story they turned themselves to stone not too far after this point. But their HP and MP are about what you would expect, although I was kind of surprised at the way they learned magic. For example, Palom here learned Meteor before he learned Nuke. And Porum similarly learned Pearl, or Holy, before she learned Life too. But what do their stats look like? Well, no surprise, but Palom has a really high wisdom, and even his vitality is pretty good, especially for a black mage. And Porum has, well, of course, a very high will, because she's a white mage. The rest of her stats are kind of low, but at the same point, that's kind of what you expect for a white mage. So, I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to see you on top of Mount Ordeals. Welcome to the top of Mount Ordeals, and Cecil is now a level 99 Paladin. We also have Tella with us, and Tella, well, apart from having all his magic now, doesn't seem to have changed very much. but Cecil. Cecil has a lot of hit points. His strength, his vitality, both very high. Although I don't think he's quite as high as Yang. In fact, I also think Yang had a higher attack. But I do want to remind you that we're just using the default equipment. I haven't even equipped Cecil with any of his knight equipment yet. But we're going to get back together just after I finish Baron. Alright, so we're outside of Baron, and we have a level 99 Cid. Now, you can already see that his HP is fantastic. It's 9,999. And just like Yang, his strength and his vitality are also maxed out. His attack, though, isn't quite as high as Yang's, though. I don't think anybody's going to have attack as high as Yang, though. Well, that's that, and it's going to be a little while before we see each other again. But when we do, we'll be down in the underworld visiting the dwarves. So we're in the Dwarven Kingdom, and we just got Rydia back. And so far, it looks about the same. Her hit points and her MP is about the same, and yeah, everything else looks around the same as well, actually. I'm looking at a screen capture of her stats as young Rydia, and almost everything is about the same. Her attack and her defense and her magic defense are all a little different, but that probably has to do with her equipment. Otherwise, she looks around the same as she did in her younger version. Well, now we're in the caves by Eblan, and we have Prince Edge. And a level 99 ninja. Well, his hit points are around the same as Rosa's. Now, I would like to mention that this is before he earns his other blitz from fighting with Rubicante. But, I don't know, overall his stats are pretty good. Not as high as some of the other ones, but they make a really good average, and they're still on the high side, actually. So, our last contestant on level 99 is going to be Sofuya. Fusoya? I've already forgotten how to pronounce his name. But at any rate, it's going to be a little while before we get him. Well, it's going to be a little while for me. For you, it's going to be. But for you, it was a quick instant. So now we're on the moon. And Fusoya, the old mage, is level 99. His HP didn't really go up all that much, though his MP got a good boost. But what does his stats look like? Alright. Well, even his wisdom and his will haven't really gone up that much. Our other wizards are better in those regards, but that's not too bad. Again, this is another character that probably was not really thought about getting to level 99, because while we do get him late in the game, he does leave pretty soon. And, well, that's about it for looking at all our level 99 characters. But there is one last thing I want to show all of you. And here we are in the Dwarven pub. And the last thing I want to show you is here. Or, well, rather, it should be here. Now, I thought it was in this version of the game. I guess I was wrong, unless, of course, they're hiding it on me somewhere else. There's supposed to be a passage over here that could lead you to the hidden developer's room. The developer's room is something that shows up in several different games, but I especially know it from Squaresoft games, where you can find special messages from the developers of the game. Usually there were different sprites and characters in these rooms, and if you spoke to them, they would give you different messages from different people who worked on the game. Like one of the artists might have told you, I worked hard on these, I hope you enjoy them. Or the musician might have said something like, I've been up all night working on these songs. And it was just a cute little way for the people who worked on the game to tell you a little bit about what they thought, or just to share some of their thoughts with you. I thought it was in this ROM hack we have here, but I guess not. But that's it for this bonus episode of Final Fantasy IV. and I hope you enjoyed it. We got a chance to look at what our characters are like when they're at level 99. Thanks for watching.